It's hard, isn't it? Like being so beautiful. Shin, half guard. Okay, first of all, guys, the shin block is pretty much designed as a barricade to stop me from getting further. It also helps head control because I have to reach, it takes my arms away from the body. One of the issues is with this one here, the more that I try and collapse it, the more my weight goes on it. So we're just going to warm up with this one, pretty easy. I'm going to push the knee down, going to come over the back of JP's head. JP's going to do this really easy. He's going to put his head onto the ground, turn both of his knees up towards the ceiling and come on top to get a really nice greasy sweep. So once again, we're going to be in the half guard, knee shield, okay, knee shield through the body, okay. My job, crush it down, get my control, I'm feeling pretty good, and he just gets a really nice greasy rollover.
It's one of those ones that shouldn't work, but it probably does.
Well, this is one of those ones that, like, biomechanically, it's a freaking good word. All my weight is on the end of the lever. You load up the bottom lever to attack the top lever, which transfers me over. The issue is this, and I'll explain it to you. My weight by default, once I put here, my weight goes here onto your head, which means that my hips are light, which means that you can attack my hips really easy to come on top. 1, 2, 3. So once again, is JP has a knee shield in front. Okay, I do one of the most common things. I put my hand through and I block it out. One of the issues that you have is that when people do this, they block the knee. This means that his top knee is still free to move really well. So I'm more interested in blocking out the hip. Now, I'll crush it out from there. So JP lifts his knees up to the ceiling, but yeah, that's the issue. So we're going to go backside of my tricep, pull the tricep in, and underhook, get to this position. So now we're attaching ourselves to the partner because there's zero space to move. So I'm doing the correct thing. I'll block out, so I'm going through the legs, weaving between legs. I'm making the fist closer to the hip, not the knee. The knee's a weak mechanic, the hip, because the hip is what I'm trying to block out. So I go here and I'm feeling really good. And now, first one, just try and lift your knees. I'm like, nope. So then grab behind the tricep, pull the tricep in, and all of a sudden, over, unhook, get to your top position. I really want this is the unhook, so you're going under my arm, which is good for you, and overhook's good for holding. So it's not that you have the underhook, it's that I have an overhook, so I'm technically holding you onto me. Where if I have the underhook, I can move you around, and if you get the overhook, you go, well, if I go underhook, you'll generally go overhook, because you're trying to hold me, I can now move you, because you're holding onto me. So by default, you want the underhook, which makes me have an overhook, which is designed for holding. And if you're on top and I'm holding you onto me, for jiu-jitsu, this isn't the best thing in the world. There are stuff we can do, but it's not the best thing in the world. One more time, you did very good on that, JP. It's a nice morning cuddle. Hump day, Wednesday. Okay.
Try not to make eye contact.
Why start now? Okay, so once again, don't go to the knee. This is a really weak mechanic. In fact, if JP just lifts his knee up, I'm going to get moved anyway. So we want to go to the hip. Spin around just a little bit, buddy. So I go to the hip, so I'm closer to the hip and the stomach, and I crush. So I'm feeling really good here. So if JP tries to lift his knees up now, no way, hose bean. So we grab the tricep. First thing is you pull the tricep while it goes onto you from here. We're hunting the underhook, and spin around. So we get the underhook by default, and the most common thing is this, which is really good for JP, not so good for me. Cuddles. Okay, 1, 2, 3. Thank you. Shake fibers. We've done the move, and I have the unhook for my partner. Two things is I've got to keep my opponents back on the ground so that they struggle to come back up because they don't want to have their back on the ground. That's really important. So I'm going to make every effort to push, come up, elbow goes onto the inside. The reason why my elbow's on the inside is that if my opponent drives into me, there's a frame system to keep them here. If they put their back on the ground, it's good for me. So your elbow isn't backside, your elbow is top side. This is the hardest part, right? I'm going to step over my partner's head. I'm going to try and put my belly button onto the back of their head. Right, so post, head goes on the ground. Throw the head under my armpit, sit, cross my feet. And I've doubled up my arms. It is quite flexible, so some of you will tap from this straight away. I can increase the pressure by driving my hips forward and pulling the hand backwards. This is going to put tension onto the hips, back and shoulder, depending on yourself, body shape and size. First things first, Kimura. And the game we're going to play. Put the hand on the ground, raise the elbow, that's your Kimura. Then you're going to go, I'm going to hand fight from here, go straight to your choke, back to the choke, back to the Kimura. Now of course the arms are extended, the armbar comes on twice as fast. So let's have a look at that first part. And the half guard, I have the underhook. I've got to go top over. So I'm kind of almost like going, throw my body over, I'll straighten my leg, which makes it easier for me to move. I cut the back of the head. I don't have a poster, I put my head on the ground and I create a valley. I throw my partner's head through and I drop underneath so that I'm in the crucifix position and I stop my hand. So this hand was the control hand. I swap my hands over, I go straight to the Kimura. Some of you are going to tap from this really fast because it comes on really well. Eli's a Gumby in the nicest possible terms, so she's quite flexible. Eli's quite flexible. So from there, even if I go the Kimura, it's no tension on the shoulder. Where anyone that's lifted weight, over the age of 30 and done jiu-jitsu for more than 5 years will probably tap from this. Okay. What happens is during the Kimura, they're going to fight the Kimura, take it away, hand goes under, they're going to fight that. You can push the hand under my leg, squeeze it if you want to, go back to the Kimura. Option one, so I have the Kimura, I have the choke, you have the reverse guillotine. From here, you've got so many options to play around. Key factor, keep your legs triangled if you can, lock it up. Eli's going to try and move, so how's that feel? Thank you. One more time. The head post is the key. The head post is the key. Right. Half guard, underhook, post, drive, straighten my leg, punch, post, punch, through, hand goes under, I'm under my partner. Kimura, choke, Kimura, play around, muffler, whatever you want. Okay, 1, 2, 3. We're starting off inside the full guard. One of the things, the good thing for me, the bad thing for me is my partner doesn't have the sleeves and the collars and that grip, but I also don't have anything to attach onto. So this normally becomes more of a friction grip battle and less of a grip battle. So friction grip, you know, it's more like a cupping technique and less like a holding where I have the gi. What I want to do is I want to take my partner as far as I can offside. So from here, my partner breaks me down, and as I break me down, I'm going to put my hand under and I'm going to cut the shoulder. This is really important. I don't want my hand on the ground, I want to cut the shoulder so I'm a part of my partner. We're going to do two things. I'm going to use my right hand to push the hip. I'm going to put my head as close to the ground on this side as I can. So this will eliminate the ability for them to go to a triangle and an armbar, because I've closed the hip line down. Where if I'm up here, Emma can open up the legs and go for the arm bars, triangles, etc., etc. Yep. Where if I close the space down, it's quite hard for them to do. I now change my hand to a post hand. So I take it away from a friction grip to a post, I'll push. I'm going to go 45 degrees this way, so I'm going to run. So legs, 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 legs. Switch my base, push the leg down. I don't keep my head high, and I need to keep the tension on this. Right, so I'm not here because this is a re-roll. I keep my weight down. So if Emma does roll, I have a post system out over here and my head's nice and low. This is the key, I have to beat the knee line. This is a whole part of it. If Emma can get her knee to the chest first, she's going to win the fight. So what I'm trying to do, I try and crunch it down so that my stomach and my massive hamstring and quad holding it together, I'll block it out. Block it out, turn my knee in front, we're in position. My partner will generally go, I'll start to rescue by turning towards me, hand over the top, switch it through, kick the legs, so kick, lock it. I do like to try and relock and try and relace, but if you don't get it, it's not the end of the world. Rehatch your hands, so one hand, two hand, and we're going to go to a position. please note that Emma's head is on my body. Okay, this is of my arms at extension, and I don't get the good grip. So I really do want to kind of keep Emma's weight on top of me. This also means for me, at any stage I want to go for the choke's quite easy to get to, and I can manipulate Emma's head easy by using like my shoulder to push over to the offside to start to get the chokes as well. Okay. So let's have a look at the southpaw pass again. Southpaw or toe pass. So the no gig, the reason why I need this is because a lot of time they're going to go, man, he's going to do a C pass, so they're going to try and kick me away. But if I have the tension, the grip, where my hand's in, they kick me away, my arm gets extended, and this is armbar territory, triangle territory, yeah? So first one, as they break me down, hold. So even if Emma's got mighty strong legs and she tries to kick me away, I'm actually attached to my partner, very important. Number two, push the hips, put my head, change it to a post. So push the hips, put my head, change it to a post, turn as low as you can, switch and into a hurdler stretch. My hand by default is already beating the knee line. So don't go back here. You're going to open yourself up for this and triangles, etc., etc. So you don't need to do this. How do I open the legs up? Really is switch my legs. Okay, so switch from here. If you're having trouble, I can now simply push the knee. Beat the knee line. Once I beat the knee line, underhook, come up. Most people are going to go, I'm going to rescue my guard. So from here, come over the top, head control, drive through. As soon as I'm in the head control position, trap my legs nice and deep. My hand, so my hand here goes under and get the control. Yep. So my hand, because we've had this grip, so this keeps the head in position, rehash, and go to the arm. A lot of time from here, they're going to hide the arm. You know, they're going to try and stop the kimura. Anytime the hands go away from the body, I go to the throat. Anytime the hands come in to defend the choke, I go to the kimura, and that's the game we play. If at any stage my partner straightens their arm and I'm trying to get the kimura but it's too far, hand goes down, leg comes over and we take the mount position, but on backside of the shoulder, this will cause a little bit of a tap as well. I go back onto the arm and I pull the arm as I drive through, and I'm going to get my tap from here. But most importantly, 3 points for the guard pass, 4 points for mount, so it's a 7-point system as well. 1, 2, 3, let's go. Southpaw pass to the crucifix.